Read to you a chapter from Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Chapter 4, Number 12, Grimaldi Place. Harry walked up the worn stone steps, starting at the newly materialized door. Its black paint was shabby and scratched. The silver door knocker was in the form of a twisted serpent. There was no keyhole or letterbox. I should have got my glasses. Lupin pulled out his wand and tapped the door once. Harry heard many loud metallic clicks and what sounded like the clatter of a chain. Door creaked open. "Get in, Harry," Lupin whispered, "but don't go far inside and don't touch anything." Harry stepped over the threshold into the almost total blackness of the hall. He could smell damp, dust, and a sweetish rotting smell. How do you know it's rotting smell? Anyway, the plates had the feeling of a derelict building. He looked over his shoulder and saw others filling in behind him. Lupin Tonks, carrying his trunk, and Hedrig's cage. Moody was standing on the top step and releasing the balls of light the put-outer had stolen from the street lamps. They flew back to their bulbs, and the square piano glowed momentarily with orange light before Moody limped inside and closed the front door, so that the darkness in the hall became complete. Here, he rapped Harry hard over the head with his wand. Harry felt as though something hot was trickling down his back. This time, he knew that the disillusionment charm must have lifted. "Now, stay still, everyone. Well, give us a bit of light in here," Moody whispered. The others' hushed voices were giving Harry an odd feeling of foreboding. It was though they just entered the house of a dying person. He heard soft hissing noise, and then an old-fashioned gas lamp sputtered into life all along the walls, casting a flickering, insubstantial light over the peeling wallpaper and threaded bare carpet of a long, gloomy hallway where a cobwebby chandelier glimmered overhead and age-blackened portraits hung crooked on the walls. Harry heard something skirling behind the baseboard. Both the chandelier and the candelabra on a rickety table nearby were shaped like serpents. There were hurried footsteps, and Ron's mother, Mrs. Weasley, emerged from the door at the far end of the hall. She was beaming in welcome as she hurried toward them, though Harry noticed that she was rather thinner and paler than she had been the last time they'd seen her. "Oh, Harry, it's nice to see you," she whispered, pulling him to a root-cracking hug before holding him at arm's length and examining him critically. "You're looking peaky. You need feeding up, but you'll have to wait a bit for dinner, I'm afraid." She turned to the gang of wizards behind him and whispered urgently, "He's just arrived." The meeting started. The wizards behind Harry all made noises of interest and excitement and began filing past Harry toward the door. through which Mrs. Weasley had just come. Harry meant to follow Lupin, but Mrs. Weasley held him back. No, Harry, the meeting is for members only of the order. Ron and Hermione upstairs. You can wait with them until the meeting's over. Then we'll have dinner. And keep your work down in the hall, she added in an urgent whisper. Why? I don't want to make anything up. What do you? I'll explain later. I've got to hurry. I'm supposed to be at the meeting. I'll just show you where you're sleeping. Pressing her fingers to her lips, she led him on tippy toes past a pair of long moth-eating curtains, behind which Harry supposed there must have been another door, and after skirting a large umbrella stand that looked as though it had been made from a severed troll's leg, they started up the dark staircase, passing a row of shrunken heads mounted on planks in the wall. A closer look showed Harry that the heads belonged to the House Elves. All of them had the same rather snout-like nose. Harry's bewilderment deepened with every step he took. What on earth were they doing in a house that looked as though it belonged to the darkest of wizards? Mrs. Weasley, why? Ron and Hermione will explain everything, dear. You really got a dash, Mrs. Weasley whispered distractedly. There, they had reached the second landing. You're doing the right. I'll call you when it's over. And she hurried downstairs again. Harry crossed the dingy landing, turned the bedroom doorknob, which was shaped like a serpent's head, and opened the door. He caught a brief glimpse of a gloomy, high-ceilinged, twin-bedded room. Then there was a loud, twittering noise, followed by an even louder shriek, and his vision was completely obscured by a large quantity of very bushy hair. Hermione threw herself onto him in a hug that nearly knocked him flat, while Ron's tiny owl pinch-vision soon suddenly around their heads. Harry! Ron, he's here! Harry's here! Why did we hear you run? Oh, how are you? Are you alright? Have you been curious about us? I bet you have. I know our letters were useless, but we couldn't tell you anything. Dumbledore made us swear we wouldn't. Oh, we've got so much to tell you, and you got so much to tell us. The Dementors? When we heard that the ministry hearing, it's just outrageous. I've looked it all up, and they can't expel you. They just can't. Their provision in the decree for the restriction of underage sorcery for the use of magic in life-threatening situations. Let him breathe, Hermione, said Ron, grinning, closing the door behind Harry. He seemed to have grown several more inches during their months apart, making him taller and more gangly-looking than ever, though the long nose, bright red hair, and freckles were the same. Hermione, still beaming, let go of Harry. But before she could say another word, there was a soft whooshing sound. Something white soared from the top of a dark wardrobe and landed gently on Harry's shoulder. Hedwig! And the snowman owl clicked her beak and nibbled his ear affectionately as Harry stroked her feathers. She's been in a red state, said Ron. Pink pecked us half to death when she brought your last letters. Look at this. He showed Harry the index finger of his right hand, which sported a half-healed but clearly deep cut. Oh yeah, Harry said. Sorry about that. But we wanted answers, you know. We wanted to give them to you, mate, said Ron. Hermione was going to spare. She kept saying you'd do something stupid if You were stuck all on your own with that news, but Dumbledore made us swear not to tell me, said Harry. Yeah, Hermione already said that. The warm glow that had flared inside him at the sight of his two best friends was extinguished as something icy flooded the pit of his stomach. All of a sudden, after yearning to see them for a solid month, he felt he would rather Ron and Hermione left him alone. There was a strange silence in which Harry shrugged Hedwig automatically, not looking at either of the others. He seemed to think that it was best, said Hermione, rather breath, breathlessly. Dumbledore said, right, said Harry. He noticed that her hands were too, bore the marks of Hedwig's beak, and found that he was not at all sorry. I think he thought that you were safest with the muggles. Ron began. Yeah, said Harry, raising his eyebrows. Has either of you been attacked by Dementors this summer? I mean, too much after looking tired. Well, no, but that's why he had people from the Whatever Phoenix telling you all the time. Harry felt a great jolt in his gut, as though he just missed a step going downstairs. So everyone had known he was being followed except him. Didn't work that well, though, did it? Said Harry, doing his utmost to keep his voice even. Had to go look after myself after all, didn't I? He was so angry, said Hermione in an almost awestruck voice. Dumbledore, we saw him when he found out among Dungus had left before his shift had ended. He was scary. Well, I'm glad he left, Harrison quickly. If he hadn't, I wouldn't have done magic, and Dumbledore would probably have left me in Pivot Drive all summer. Aren't you worried about the Ministry of Magic? Said Hermione quietly. No, Harry laughed defiantly. He walked away from them, blinking around, with Hedwig nestled comfortably on his shoulder. But this room was not likely to raise his spirits. It was dank, dark, and a blank stretch of canvas, and an random picture frame was all that revealed the bareness of the peeling walls, and as Harry passed it, he thought he heard someone lurking out of sight. Snicker. So why Dumbledore been so keen to keep me in the dark? Harry asked, still trying to hard to keep his voice casual. Did you ever bother to ask him at all? He glanced up in time to see them exchanging looks. A look that told him he was behaving just as he feared, did nothing to improve his temper. This reminds me of a Bible quote, Matthew 15:11. I was just reading this morning about how what you feel in your heart is nothing compared to how the words you speak out. So if you're angry and you keep it in your heart, that's fine. But if you're angry and you speak it, it makes everything bad, basically. So, okay. We told Dumbledore we wanted to tell you what was going on, said Ron. We did, mate, but he's really busy now. We've only seen him twice since we came here, and he didn't have much time. He just made us swear not to tell you important stuff when we wrote. He said the owls might be intercepted. He could have still kept me informed if he wanted to, Harry said hurriedly. You're not telling me he doesn't know ways to send messages about owls. Hermione glanced at Ron, and then said, I thought that too, but he didn't want to tell you to know anything. Maybe he thinks I can't be trusted, said Harry, watching their expressions. Don't be sick, said Ron, looking highly disconcerted. Or then I can't take care of myself. Of course he didn't think that, Hermione said anxiously. So how come I have to stay at the Dursleys while you do? Get to join in everything that's going on here, said Harry, the words tumbling over one another in a rush, his voice growing louder with every word. How can you two are allowed to know everything that's going on? We're not, Ron interrupted. Mom won't let us near the meeting. She says we're too young. Before he knew it, Harry was shouting. So you haven't been in the meetings? Big deal. You've still been here, haven't you? You've still been together. Me, I've been stuck at the Dursleys for a month, and I've handled more than you two ever imagined, and Dumbledore knows it. Who saved the Sorcerer's Stone? Who got rid of Riddle? Who saved both your skins from adventures? Every bitter, resentful thought that Harry had in the past month was pouring out of him, in frustration and blackness. The hurt that they have all been together without him, his fury at being followed and not being told about it, all the feelings he was half ashamed of, finally burst their boundaries. Hedwig took a fright at the noise and soared off from the top of the wardrobe again. Pitchwood twittered in almost alarm, and zoomed even faster on the heads. Who had to get past the dragons and Sphinx, and every other foul thing last year? Who saw him come back? Who had to escape from him? Me. Ron was standing there with his mouth half open, clearly stunned, the loss for anything to say, while Hermione looked at the verge of tears. Why shouldn't I know what's going on? Why should anyone bother to tell me what's been happening? Harry, wanted to tell you, really did. Hermione began. Can't wanted to that much, can you? Or you would have sent me an owl, but Dumbledore made you swear. Well, he did. 4 weeks I've been stuck in private drive, nicking papers out of bins to try and find out what's been going on. We wanted to. I suppose I've been having a real laugh. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be having a real laugh, haven't you? All hauled up here together. No, honest. Harry, really sorry, said Hermione, desperately, her eyes now sparkling with tears. You're absolutely right, Harry. I'd be fierce if it was me. Harry glared at her, still breathing deeply, then turned away from them again, pacing up and down. Hedwig hooted glumly from the top of the wardrobe. There was a long pause, broken only by the mournful creak of the floorboards below Harry's feet. What is this place anyway? He shouted. Around the headquarters of the Order of Phoenix, said Ron at once. Is anyone going to bother to tell me what the Order of Phoenix is? It's a secret society, said Hermione quickly. Dumbledore's in charge. He founded it. It's the people who fought against you know who last time. Who is in it? Said Harry, coming to a halt with his hands in his pockets. Quite a few people. We've met about 20 of them, said Ron, but we think there are more. Harry glared at them, while he demanded, looking from one to the other. Said Ron. Well, what? Voldemort, said Harry furiously. Both Ron and Hermione winced. What's happening? What's he up to? Where is he? What are we doing to stop him? We told you the Order of Phoenix doesn't let us in on their meetings, said Hermione nervously, so we don't know the details, but we've got a general idea. She added hastily. same look on her face. Fred and George had invented the extendable ear stand, said Ron. They're really useful. Extendable? Ears, yeah. Only we had to stop using them lately, 'cause Mom found out and went berserk. Fred and George had to hunt them all to stop Mom biting them. We got a good bit of use out of them before Mom realized what was going on. We know some of the order are following no Death Eaters, keeping tabs on it. Some of them are wrecking, recruiting more people to the order, said Hermione. I think we can stop now, because I'm going to talk about something else. So, what's the other thing? Okay. Oh. Anyway, here's the minutes. Last week I started a new CBD oil. That's worse. Anyway, I started on a new CBD oil that would be like cheaper and more, that would get me to like, be stronger and help with my central tremors. It's this stuff. I went down to, Slice of Myrtle called the Market Commons. There you see. It's got like, it was a really nice place down there by the Market Commons. I thought like it really would have like helped me more than this stuff. I'll show you. But truth be told, I've been way more tired than usual. Like when I volunteered on Sunday, I was afraid I wasn't going to be like alert. But I was. I had 2 cups of coffee, and this part, like, you had to be more. I was trying to force myself to be more focused, even though I was, and it turned out to be a good day. But as I'm trying to be more focused, it started to yawn like a lot, and that's not like me. I don't get like tired after 2 cups of coffee. So today, like, I had a good night's sleep. I wake up, I have coffee, I had an appointment today. The whole time during my appointment, I started yawning like uncontrollably. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that I'm just not feeling the effects from the new CD oil. I'm not sure. Because the other one I was doing really good. I was like, I had energy to exercise, and I would go for like 3-4 miles when I would walk around my neighborhood here. I was getting shit done, and I was like, still having a good night, semi-good night's sleep, but, I was getting shit done. This one is just like, the new one has like really thrown me off. Just really tired like all the time now. I'm bloated, and I don't get bloated, not with this stuff. So, I really wish I didn't have to take all that, but the central tremors, a lot of people notice it. It's like, you get like this, it looks like, to explain it to normal people, basically, it's just like, you can see like your arms and your hands shake a little. Sometimes it can progress to your head, and when you're shaking, sometimes it hurts your neck if you get a head tremor. Sometimes it hurts your arms and your legs because you're shaking so much, and it's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. That's why I considered trying taking CBD oil, and that was my only option. Because there's another option, I just don't want to do it. Because that would entail for me to, get surgery called DBS. And what they do is you have to shave your whole entire head. You have to go get, like, surgery in your brain, and they put a battery in part of your brain that controls your nervous system. I wouldn't do that because you have to do that every freaking year to shave your head, go back to surgery, so they can replace your battery with a new one. That's not even worth. That's not worth it for to me. And anyone tells me that I have to go do it, I'm gonna kick their ass because they're not doing it. Alright. So that's about it. I feel like my little reading hour. I would have read him the Bible, but on my iPad, but my iPad's over there in the nightstand, and I was just randomly sitting on the couch. So I couldn't really make a video and come in my bedroom, get an iPad, and start reading, the Bible from my iPad. So I figured I'd grab a Harry Potter book and just start reading from that. And miraculously, it worked because he's been restless all day. Like, it's kind of weird. But anyway, I did point in a part of the Harry Potter thing that reminded me of the Bible, a part of the Bible that I read this morning. So it's not too shabby. At least I think so, anyway. Alright, well, have a good one. You know you love me.